Yes, I was told you will be wearing them or you'll be going on the coach. Ooh. So I thought that's quite nice. Hello everyone and welcome to Southend Aviation. Recently I attended the Vulcan to the Sky Trust's Vulcan Ground Run experience. Some of you may be aware that Doncaster Airport has been home to a Vulcan XH558 for some years. You may also be aware that Doncaster Airport closed late last year. This means that Vulcan 558 will most likely need to relocate. At the time of filming, it was common knowledge that 558 had until June this year to relocate. Until recently, Vulcan to the Sky Trust announced that they are now able to stay on site till the end of this year. So no doubt they'll be doing more ground run events. And you may or may not be interested in such events. However, after watching this video, you may well want to think twice before spending 125 quid on Vulcan to the Sky Trust. So I'm going to start this video as my usual point of view style video around the classic Cold War jet, and at the end I'll tell you about the pros and unfortunately many cons myself and my friends experienced. So the event starts at the Harvey Arms pub, where everyone gets there at their session start time and coffees, teas and biscuits are offered. You then jump on the coach where you're driven airside and you meet the Vulcan. You then follow the Vulcan as it gets towed to the engine run bay. This does take up a fair chunk of the event. We're probably on this coach for the best part of an hour, although once you're off the coach you have free roam of the aircraft. Let the POV commence. I want to be like about here. Now, unfortunately this event didn't really feel like a photographer's event. And what I mean by that is there's no chance to get a clear shot of the aircraft on its own without the sea of high-vis vests underneath. Obviously I'm comparing this to proper photographer events such as those held by Threshold Aero or Timeline Events, etc. If you know a thing or two about Photoshop and you have the patience, then you can get a decent result. Though this edit took me a good 3 hours, so patience really is key.
I don't think I ever edited my Buccaneer ball shots.
I did my wing fold one, which I was really happy with that. That's probably like shot of the year so far for me.
Yeah.
I was quite happy with that. Look at all those fucking names.
Fucking hell. Who are these names for?
Just people that are paid to have their names under.
Wow.
Yeah. Jake Drew's under it.
Is he?
Yeah. I said I'd look for him, but yeah, I don't think I'll bother.
I think we'll be looking.
I'll be here all day. Yeah. Can't be doing that. Oh, nice one, Matthew.
Just that too, really didn't I? Literally, I've walked all the way from the front of the plane, right, and every time I've gone to take photos, someone's just gone, whoop.
Yeah, you're going to get that,
just that too, really.
You can smell it. That Vulcan smell. That is a deep hole. You get a photo of me?
Yes.
Standing by the exhausts. Adjust the settings if you need to, accordingly.
A bit blown out in the sky.
I'm trying to find my name on that.
Yeah, really. Yeah, no chance. No chance.
I don't know, it's like a photograph. It's actually nice though.
Right, I'm just going to move that
Oh.
over there.
Silent start between the two bags.
So what happened here? Well, we left our bags by the nose wheel just before we were about to go in the cockpit, and George had left his mic on top of his bag. The staff member you see here moved the bag, did not move the mic beforehand, so it fell off and hit the ground. This is expensive camera equipment, and although I'm sure this was an accident, no apology was given. A simple sorry about that would have been fine. Very cool.
Sweet.
Obviously these guys have got ejector seats, so they're fine and dandy.
Yep.
These chaps have got to get out of their seats, parachutes and down the hatch.
Yeah.
Not very good.
No. Especially if the gear was down.
Well, there's a method for that, and it's in the aircrew manual. Where
It's
you
like
swing
yourself on the bars.
It's actually in the manual.
Yeah.
Right, so there's a handle there and a handle there. So you're going to make your way up the ladder, get your head about there, get a good view of the flight deck, pictures, have an appreciation of the pilot's view, which isn't tremendous.
It's not loads, no. Where's that handle?
Red handle to your right.
This here, yeah?
Set them on the other side if you need it.
God, it is cramped, isn't it?
Oh yeah, not a lot of space.
Just want to get loads of cinematic shots.
Right, so if you want to, when you come back down this ladder, if you come over to the left,
Yeah, I might just get a couple of shots
see in
real
position,
quick.
as it were.
Was the cockpit updated for?
Yes.
I thought so. It looks a
you've
little.
got modern artificial instruments she had,
Right, yeah.
especially things like artificial horizon. Right, okay, you come over to the left. That's it. Up you go.
It's humorously cramped, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
You want to get along with all your crew, don't you?
And that bloody big crew up. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're all from Southend, so we get to
Oh, you
see
get 426.
426 every now and
right.
then, yeah. There's a shot there.
Yes, we've got to find this one a shed. Right, chaps, I'm going to kick you out because I've got quite a few to get through before we get onto the engine room.
Yeah, no sweat. Do you know how many howls we're going to get in total?
Minimum 2.
Minimum of 2,
Yeah, maybe 3.
hopefully 3.
Okay, Nicky will tell you where to put your feet when you get to the bent bit. You're on. See you in a
Right,
bit.
yeah, thanks for your time, mate.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
Thank you for making the trek.
No worries. Had to be done.
426.
I will do.
Have you done 655 yet?
No, we hope to this year in September.
Get the 3.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Absolutely.
Right, cheers, my friend.
You're welcome.
The tour inside the Vulcan cockpit was originally supposed to last 5 minutes per person, although this ended up actually being more like 2 minutes for both me and Lewis. It felt kinda rushed, and I didn't really walk away with enough shots that I really wanted. Yes, I was told you will be wearing them, or you'll be going on the coach.
Ooh.
So I thought that's quite nice.
Yeah, I don't think we want that, do we?
Yeah, well, I just thought it's a nice way to give them 125 quid and get told off like that. So this was no doubt my biggest complaint with this event. Not so much that we were forced to wear ear defenders, but more the way I was spoken to by a certain staff member. Let me explain. I was headed back to the crew hatch to get some more cinematic shots, and one of the staff members mentioned that she didn't give us our ear defenders. I, jokingly, said, "Don't worry, we like to do this the proper way." She looked at me with a stone cold look and asked me, what do I mean the proper way? So of course, I replied, "We won't need our ear defenders, we've done similar events like this before." To which she replies, "You are wearing them, or you're going back on the coach." This is no way to talk to your customers. This is no way to talk to your customers who have spent 125 quid. Now, it's worth noting, as I know I'll get comments such as they're trying to protect your ears, yada yada yada. And yes, I get that. However, I've been to countless events similar to this one before, such as the Nimrod at Coventry, the Buccaneers at Kemble, and of course I cannot fail to mention the Lightning at Bruntingthorpe. For those events, ear defenders were just optional. And let's face it, that's what makes the event, no? I even witnessed the lightning at full afterburner with no ear protection. Here we go, roll on the "you're an idiot" comments. Thing is, when you pay 125 quid for a ground run experience, I want to experience the engines and the incredible noises that they make with my own ears, not muffled by plastic and sponge. You wouldn't go to a cinema wearing beer goggles, would ya? Okay, listen, whether you agree with me regarding ear defenders or not, that's one thing, but I think one thing we can all agree on is the way this staff member spoke to me was both rude and unprofessional.
Well, I got a plan. If you really want to hear it that bad,
That's what I'm gonna do, yeah. Yeah, fuck 'em. I know, I don't like it either. So she went, "Oh, I don't think they gave you ear defenders, did they?" I was like, "No, we won't need them, we can do it proper." And she went, "You will be wearing them, otherwise you'll be going on the coach." Yeah. I was like, fucking hell. Spending 125 quid, don't talk to me like that.
who said that?
The woman by the stairs.
The one who lit us up?
Yeah.
Shit, really?
Yeah, crazy, innit?
I'll find
Hours back.
Yeah, they do piss about quite a while here, because you think the session started at what, 9?
Oh, fuck, yeah, that's the problem. We're gonna have to wait ages.
It's 12 now and it's still not.
It's 12 now.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, I
don't
think it
forget,
gets to a point
we're-
where we just have to bin it off. 'Cause
we were
I don't know,
we were
though, 'cause
pissing
it's-
about on the bus for like a good, hour.
yeah, but did the afternoon sell out?
Yeah, they all did.
So that means we got
Yeah.
at least 2 hours. in.
defence.
We do, yep.
I've got mine on my bag.
Where's yours?
Right there.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, mate, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
fucking rude.
It's ridiculous. Where's yours? Huh?
For a ground run experience.
Just believe it.
As if you're telling the volunteer guy, oh, that's a joke, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah, this trust is a joke.
He's a proper job's worth as well, you can tell.
Yeah.
I think their worst mistake was landing it here.
125 quid.
But then I suppose
A load of people told them not to land at a commercial airport though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Not to stay at a commercial airport.
it caused issues like security and stuff like that.
Like, in hindsight, would have Bruntingthorpe been better?
No, because it'd been left on rot, like everything else that's on the ground.
I mean,
what's
like-
this- but then everything else.
I know, but
Everything
At
else
least
at
it has
Bruntingthorpe
got
is
the
starting
ability
to
yeah.
come alive again, isn't it? So
I reckon they will move the Victor and the Comet and maybe the Nimrod in the future.
I do hope so.
I reckon they will. I reckon they'll build a big apron out of all the trees and they'll have all three there.
I just hope that like the events that they're doing kind of are funding that, so that like we're actually helping get that moving.
Definitely. It's good that we've come to try. Yeah. And we're doing the event. But I don't think I'll do it again.
No, I wouldn't do it again. Even if it ends up this isn't the last one, I don't think I'd. Yeah, I don't think I'd pay 125 quid for a Vulcan ground run experience that isn't really a ground run experience.
Pretend you're a deaf person for the day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
For a 5-minute tour in the cockpit, it was actually 20 seconds.
It wasn't 5 minutes, was it?
No, it didn't.
No.
It's not 5 minutes.
I got like 2 minutes at best.
Yeah. I think I didn't get 2 minutes. I think I got a minute.
So anyway, after a good 2 hours with the aircraft, we were all ushered back to see the flight control check. Ear defenders went on, and believe me, they were policing it. My group of 4 had at least 3 staff members closely watching us the whole time, leading me to think that a comment was definitely made between the staff earlier. Once the 4 Rolls-Royce Olympus engines sprung to life, we moved towards the front of the aircraft and 2 full power runs on engine 1 were performed. There was no taxi back on this event, despite the afternoon session 1 getting one, which might I add, did cost the same. And it's not quite over yet. So to finish the event, you were given a certificate, I don't know why, and a gift bag. And in the rather cheaply made gift bag is the Vulcan to the Sky Trust 2023 calendar. Yes, a calendar given to us in late March. And if that weren't bad enough, my calendar had marks and misprints in it, so a lack of care there as well. But does it end there? No. The pub lunch, I say pub lunch, was in fact stale sausage rolls and crisps bought from Asda. Being that the meeting point was in a pub and we spent 125 quid per person, you'd expect some proper pub grub and maybe a cold beer. Nope, dry sausage rolls and crisps with a tea or a coffee. So, you can probably tell I didn't really enjoy this event that much. And I know this isn't my usual type of video to make, and trust me, I do hate to complain, but I do feel it is important to expose a trust for who they really are and give an honest review. I'm not one to sugarcoat things. So to round this video up, let's discuss all the pros and cons my friends encountered during this event. I do want to try and at least end the video on somewhat of a positive note, so we'll start with the cons. Right, so cons. The price for what you get. 125 quid for 2 full power runs on one engine is not worth it by any stretch. I've been to very similar events before, which have been miles cheaper, and quite frankly, some offer more. The Lightning at Bruntingthorpe, 5 full afterburner runs for 20 quid. The poor excuse for a lunch and that gift bag are just insults. Let's be fair. Rude staff. Now obviously the ear defender comment and the threat that came with that is disgusting. What I haven't mentioned yet was the countless money robbing jokes made by the staff during the coach rides. What first may seem like a light-hearted joke, it became evidently clear that the trust are almost proud of the title that the public have given them. For those unaware, Vulcan to the Sky have been known to rob the public for years. A volunteer told us that there is an estimated 70,000 names on the aircraft. To have your name on the aircraft costs 30 quid. Times that by 70,000 and you have £2.1 million. Yet the trust had the audacity to ask for a further 2 million to build their new hangar. You may wonder, where has that money gone, since they didn't reach the £2 million goal? Many say it's funding the Canberra, but by the looks of things the Canberra has been neglected. It's in a corner of the airport exposed to the elements. So where has that money gone? Lack of care for gear. Obviously I know dropping the mic was an accident and these things do happen, but you would at least expect an apology. It didn't feel like a photographer friendly event. As mentioned earlier, there isn't really any easy way to get a shot of the aircraft on its own without ground equipment and people in the way. No taxi. Despite the two events of the day costing the same, the afternoon event did get the taxi. You'd expect the morning event to be cheaper by say 20 quid, but no. Poor lunch. A slap in the face really. You spend 125 quid and you get dry sausage rolls at the end of it. Really? Come on. Gift bag. Gift bag was very cheaply made, and to receive a calendar with marks in it in mid-March seems an odd time to get a calendar. Pros. Now, believe it or not, there are a couple pros, and when I say a couple, I do mean a couple. Right, so first pro, this is subjective, but it's a Vulcan. The Vulcan is personally my favourite aircraft, and to see any Vulcan is a win in my eyes, even when it's in really poor condition, like this one. Of course, hearing the Vulcan howl is also a blessing. Well, it would be if it wasn't muffled. you have plenty of time with the aircraft. You do have plenty of time around the aircraft before the run. Unlike the cockpit visit, it did not feel rushed at all. We quite easily had 2.5 hours with the aircraft. And unfortunately, those are all the pros to this event, which brings me to the final rating. And the event gets a 3 out of 10 from me. Now, despite hearing all the negative stuff you hear about Vulcan to the Sky, I went into this event with an open mind. When booking, this was going to be event of the year for me, and after attending, it was far from. Unfortunately, all the negative things you hear about them, they are true. If you're interested in doing this event, I would highly recommend saving your money and spending your money elsewhere. XH558 at Wellesbourne as do similar ground run events later this year, so you may well be better off spending your money on them. And of course, Bruntingthorpe are returning with the Cold War jet stays soon, and the value for money there is second to none. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. I do of course apologise for the ranting, but I do feel it is important to give an honest review. Like I said earlier, I'm not one to sugarcoat things, and I will give an honest review, even though this may ruffle some feathers. But like I say, this is an honest review, and this is about as honest as I can be. Let's hope the next one is on a more positive note, and I'll see you there. Bye bye.